Hello everybody, this is the Noob Gamer coming back at you with another episode of Banished. Go ahead and load back in here. Now if you've been following the series, you should be aware that we're doing pretty well. We're getting to that point in the game where resources become pretty scarce, pretty tight, so let's see how we do this little episode. I always lose my city at the beginning of the game, unfortunately. There we are. And coming back in here, I haven't actually played this game in about a week, so just give me a second to figure out what's going on here. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded a video recently. It's one of those things. I have pretty slow internet, so it takes me a while to get the video actually rendered and uploaded to YouTube. So sorry about that, but try to get a couple episodes out this week at least for you guys. So far we're looking pretty good. We have our trading post up. I'm gonna go ahead and put a trader here, and then we're gonna start working on getting some firewood. Now firewood is one of the best trading resources in the game, and that's just because it's so easy to get and the trader values it so highly. So we're going to start loading that up. I think in order to increase efficiency, I'm going to slow this down actually so I can get some of this stuff set up. To increase efficiency, I'm going to put a wood chopper right here. Nope, hardware store. God damn it, I'm so bad at this. Yes, woodcutter. I'll get there eventually, right? Is there nowhere I can build? How about over here? Perfect. And if you guys can see, we don't actually have any woodcutters on these trees right here. I think the closest one is way down here. So we're going to go ahead and strip out all these trees and fill it in with houses. I like to have a little community by the river just because it keeps your workers working more often. They're not going to spend so much travel time going between their houses and their jobs, and that's important for efficiency. I'm going to cut all these down. Hopefully he will be constructed pretty soon. Start getting some firewood up, and then the next thing we're going to buy is either animals or seeds. Hopefully it's going to be animals. Animals are a little bit easier to get started off with, but it's random what the trader brings to you, so you kind of have to go with what we get. Go ahead and increase the priority on that, and then go ahead and speed this back up. Now I have 3 laborers, which means I have plenty of spare people. I'm probably gonna have to invest in some food. We're gonna watch this pretty carefully. Right now we're at about 5,000, so I think we have a capacity of 6,000 or 7,000 with these carts. Yeah, so each cart carries about 1,000. Well, I guess a little bit more, 1,500. So we're doing pretty good in storage space. Luckily we don't have any farms right now, so this number isn't too volatile. As you get farms, this number goes way up and then way down because you only have one harvest season per year. And this will be a nice little expansion right here as well. This is a lot of easy to grab resources. Might even stick a mine in here right now. Or not right now, but eventually. I think that might be a good idea. So just kind of plop it along. Unfortunately, I don't really have too much to do at the moment. Maybe stick in a house or two. Let's check to see if we have appropriate aged people. Yes, we do. I'm gonna put one house in and check down here because I want to see if we have anybody down here as well. Oh yeah, we got plenty. And at the moment, it's kind of important for us to prevent that exponential growth. So the houses, the key way to do that, you want to keep everybody limited on the spaces that they can expand to. That way they don't have families. If you have people that are living here that are underage or younger than the parents, for example, these guys won't have any kids. So they'll just live their whole lives as workers. And at the moment, that's kind of what we want. At least until we get farms, then we can really hit that big population boom. This is being cleared out nicely. I'm gonna stick little neighborhood here, I think. Maybe we should put in another storage yard. It might actually be time to put in a general store. Now, this is actually a mod that I've picked up, but I think that it helps with the gameplay quite a bit. It just kind of centralizes all of your food. So what he'll do is he'll pick up resources that your people need and put them here. So the gatherer can, for example, move their goods to the cart, and then this worker can pick the goods up from the cart and move them over here. And in this example, it doesn't really matter because everything is so close together, but when you're talking about like extending food over here, it becomes really useful. And it's another place to store goods, keep everything centralized. So we're going to keep building houses up around this, try to stay in the area of this, and then production and all the industry stuff will go outside. Now, I wonder if I can get by with a little road right through here. Yes. That's good. So I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to stick another little gatherer's hut. And good enough. That's kind of far away, but as we fill in the citizens here, I might actually put some houses, like... Let's go ahead and put some right here. Go ahead and stick somebody on here, and this is the worker I was telling you about. He's gonna go pick up stuff and actually fill this general store up, so that'll be helpful. I might actually get rid of this cart eventually, stick something else here because I don't really need it anymore. But it was useful while we got started. Looking short on stone. And I don't know if I have anything on this side that's easily accessible. I guess I have this. Whoops. Nope, that's not what I want. I want stone. I really can't emphasize enough, like, spreading your resources out is incredibly important. As you can see, like we're actually able to keep a forest going near our city, have all this extra wood in case we ever need it. If we had a natural disaster, you will need these resources to be able to recover, so it's good to have them. It's kind of like banking, and at the same time you can generate food, have plenty of wood, and everything is just working hunky-dory. So at the moment I think we're doing pretty well. Can actually put another dude to work, because why not? So now we're short on laborers again, which is fine. We're not going to be building anything for a little while, so I'm going to take everybody except one off. I think they got a couple houses to work on, but that's fine. We want to go ahead and collect the stone, because you really never want to run out of resources. That's a big thing in this game, because if you end up getting behind on one thing, and you spend your time getting that caught up, then you end up behind on something else, and it just kind of ends up snowballing on you. So it's always good to plan ahead. Stone is needed for every single building, and so if you need to expand in order to gain more money or etc., etc., that's actually pretty important. Now, let's see what he's got to offer. Our trader just showed up. Got apple seeds, and I don't think we have enough. Maybe we might have enough firewood. Let's see how fast they pick this up. Nope, we're not going to have it anywhere near enough. It's 400, so we're going to need, what, 700, 800? And then 700, a little bit under 700. So I'll go ahead and catch him next time. We don't really need... we don't need the seeds right now anyway. Plus, apple seeds are probably the worst possible seeds. Any of the orchards, just because you don't get food for 3 years. They're good, because they don't wear the land out like regular farms do nearly as fast, and you can replenish them, you can get wood from them, so they are useful to have. But at the beginning of the game, when food is something that we're trying to get up into like the 50,000s, they're not really going to do it for us anyway, so it's probably best that we don't spend it. Actually have a lot of firewood. I don't know if they're just making it really fast because we have lots of wood. But we're going to go ahead and up this to 700. And what this will do is it'll keep my people from using the firewood. So the guys will chop it, and then it'll go straight to storage, and they won't be able to actually take it out for the winter time. So hopefully everybody has firewood. I think they should at least have enough. 51. 30. Yeah, so this should be enough to get to the winter. And then we'll have it on hand. And that guy's kind of low. Maybe these guys need it. Yeah. But we're going to want to have those seeds up pretty soon. Farms, they take a whole year for you to get your food. And 5,000 can run out pretty quickly, especially as kids start being born. I'm not exactly sure how much food kids eat, but it seems to be a lot. And since they don't do any work, that's their biggest drawback. Unfortunately, you do need them, obviously. So, and like I said, we're gonna go ahead and start storing up to about 50,000. Food is incredibly important. Once people start starving, pretty much just quit the game. That unless you you know, you're a really big city, and then people starve just because they're bad at pathing. So coming out of winter, should be out of winter pretty soon. We're not actually getting people as fast as I expected to, so we might put in another couple of houses. No, maybe not. Everybody only has one kid. And they usually go up to 3. Like an average of 3, sometimes more. We've only got expansion space for 2 more families anyway. 3 more families. I think we can get by on 3. Let's go ahead and try it. And I'm putting the houses down here because that gatherer's hut is way out there, and I want to start encouraging growth to this side of the city. No, whatever. That road's not right, but who cares? That way these stones can get picked up, this gatherer's hut can be worked. Eventually, this is a nice flat area, so we're probably going to farm here. Oh, have a natural disaster. Trying to find out where it is. This is a big map, so there's a good chance it won't take out too much. Wonder if the map will show me. Oh, there it is. Alright, that's good. That's really far away from us, so hopefully we don't deal with this at all. This game's got a funny thing about, like, sending tornadoes straight for your city, even if it's, like, completely clear on the other side of the map. somehow it makes it to exactly where you don't need it and kills everybody that you need to continue playing. It's getting kind of close. If it comes like down this river, I might have some problems. Alright, there we go. Good. The natural disasters are random, but hopefully that means we're not going to get one for a little while. And as you can see where it came in, it's kind of cool. I didn't actually remember it clearing out the trees like that, but it's pretty neat. Alright, so that's good. Disaster averted. This time. Hopefully. So we're just going to keep an eye on that firewood. We have the 700 and something that we need, so we can go ahead and trade. We have plenty of wood still. I think it was because we cut down all of these trees right here. That was very helpful, keeping the wood supply up. That and this guy should be doing work, right? Yeah, that's not bad. Oh, this is cool. So we just got like a big wave of educated workers that came in. I guess I had 5 extra laborers. And now they're all educated, so that school that I think we built it in the first or second episode, is really starting to pay off now. Educated people work at like a 50% increased efficiency, so it's kind of necessary to eventually get education, or else you just need so many people in order to keep your civilization alive, or your city alive, I should say. And as you can tell, people management is kind of a big portion, so we're doing fairly well. I'm sorry that it's so slow, but it's just kind of this game. It's a lot of don't overreact. So there's a couple of things that I can do. I think I'm probably going to start worrying about medicine. Not that we need it particularly, we're in good health, but it's easy, it doesn't cost a lot of resources, and it's something that we will benefit from later on, especially if we get hit with a plague or whatever. And since we're trying to expand down this way and we have a forest down this way, we're going to go ahead and put the herbalist over here in the forest next to the gatherer's hut. These guys, I don't know if they work against each other or not. I'm pretty sure they use different resources, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get that medicine up. I'm gonna nice stockpile medicine because plagues can come through, and that's like another type of natural disaster that we would have to contend with. Give me a second, I'm gonna check on something. Yes, all good. I actually have access up here. Yeah, I should. Looks like I have a little area I can maneuver through this little valley. Definitely up this valley. I'm actually looking for iron now. I want to go ahead and plan for that because we're kind of getting low, and that constantly depletes with your blacksmith making tools. And since tools are necessary, it's necessary to keep iron. Got a little pocket here, and I guess, yeah, a little pocket over here. It'll take them a while to actually get that picked up, but that's alright. Now there is one thing that I forgot to do here, and I'm going to go ahead and put one in now. I'm going to go ahead and put one of those gatherer carts up. Is this it? No? Sorry I'm so bad. And what this will do is it will give the gatherer somewhere to drop their food off, and it'll give these guys somewhere to pick it up. Because I think at the moment they're probably walking... I think I have a card over here somewhere. Or maybe not. Yeah, so they're walking all the way over here to drop off. You can see they're actually dropping it off right now to their food, and that's the time that they could be picking. So if we look at the efficiency on this gatherer's hut, I bet it's quite a bit less than the efficiency on, for example, this one. And it is. It's about half as much. That's right? Yeah, it's about half as efficient. So these are kind of useless workers. They're not useless, but they're working at 50% efficiency just because we don't have a close place for them to store. And this isn't necessarily close, but it is certainly closer than walking all the way up here. It's about half the distance. And since these guys need food anyway, it's good idea. And I usually do this with all of my food production. With farms, especially, I'll build barns because they need to hold a lot of food. But for like one fishery or one gatherer's hut, I really suggest installing these grocery cart mods. They're already part of the game. When you play on hard mode, they spawn you with one. You just can't build them, and I really like them. I think they add to the game. I don't think they take away, so I play with them. Looking good. I think they're still picking up this stone. They're going to be doing that for a while, so I can't really grab wood or anything else. Not that I need it. And storage space is actually something that's really cheap in this game. All you need is a little bit of area, and you can just put a stockpile down. We've got 1, 2, 3. I think it might actually be prudent to put one over here as well. And just start filling these up. You know, we're going to want these to be full of stuff. And again, that's not because we're going to necessarily need all of that, but it's not that we need a certain amount of resources. We need resources in certain areas. And encouraging them to get started on that now helps us later on. Once these are all houses, because eventually we're going to go ahead and take out the production structures, push them further out from the center of the city, and make more people live here. That's usually where the games end up going. Centralization helps with efficiency. We're still waiting on this trader, and hopefully we get lucky. I don't actually think we need 3 on here anymore. That was just to get these filled up before he left. And I'm looking, we could put another fishery in. I actually think we're fine on food, though. And these extra people that we're looking to get, they're going to eventually go work in the mine or in the quarry. We might actually get a quarry because we're looking lighter on stone than we are on iron. Well, maybe not. Everything's pretty far away now. Well, let's hold. Let's see if we get lucky. Cabbage seeds. So we did get lucky. I think it's 720. Is that right? No. Oh, I have too much. Sorry, I'm bad at math. 25? Yeah, perfect. 625. Trade. Cool. So we actually only need 625. We're going to go and pick up some more seeds later. And now we can start farming. There's a couple of different ways that you can do this. Farming is... I don't remember, I haven't played this game in a while, but there are certain size farms that are most efficient. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put in some small farms right now. And that's because I don't want to start relying too heavily on one large farm and then have to move it and run out of space. Every couple of seasons you have to rotate your fields and to stop farming on them, because if you don't, they will become barren and then you won't be able to use them. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put in one, and then let's see if I can put in a second one. Maybe up here. Yes. Cool. Speed this up again. I was wondering why everything was progressing so slowly. It's because we're not on the maximum speed. And so what I'm going to do with these, and I believe it's slightly inefficient in the sense that we're going to perhaps lose a little bit of food. But that's alright, these things pay off so much. I'm only going to go ahead and put in 1 or 2 workers on each farm. That's because we're at a scarcity of workers, and we actually have a lot of other good food producing structures. So these are going to kind of be insurance against potential disaster or depletion of resources. As we push out and we clear out of these forests, even these buildings themselves, they make this hunting cabin less efficient. And every year, as we cut down forests, we should see less and less venison. So it's just kind of planning to deal with that when it comes along. The Forester's Lodge has depleted the forest pretty to about 50% now, and that's because we've cut all that firewood. We went ahead and used up everything that we could getting those seeds, and now we're replenishing for the next set of seeds. Or animals. Hopefully it's animals. I'd like to see these get set up before summer, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And we're just checking the grocer, and that was one of the reasons I chose this spot. It's kind of out of the way of the herbalist and the gatherer's hut, so we're not using these necessary trees or anything, and it's right next to the same grocer's cart, so we won't have to build another one. Just fill it up, and then once it's filled up, it should get dragged down to this one, and then once that one's filled up, it should get dragged down to the storage barn, and that means that along this road, everybody is always fed. Even if these guys are wasting time dropping food off down here later on, that's okay, because we don't need that food if everything is full on this side. No. And I don't know, that's kind of the theme, I guess, of my gameplay. I try very much to pay attention to making every area of the city self-sufficient. You don't want to lose an area and then lose the game. It becomes harder, obviously, as you get more and more people. I wonder if I put some people on here. See, it says we need 2, but I don't actually think that we're going to spend 2 people on here right now. I think it's important to keep... Well, I know that it's important to keep some people on hand so that we can expand if we need to. Or if the opportunity presents itself. And I think we're actually hitting that opportunity right now where... We've got farms, and we've got a little bit of food. We don't really have people. I think we have one pairing over here. Yeah. Well, so we can make one more house. I think that's what we shall do. So yeah, these farms are going to be doing nothing this year. These workers are going to be doing nothing, so we're going to take them off. Even if they're just being laborers, and even if they're just collecting iron, it's better than standing around doing nothing. And I don't know if during the non-growing season if they work as laborers. I think that they do, but I just want to be doubly sure. I think we're going to go ahead and do one more year. We're going to go ahead and get this stuff started. These farms started. Are you out of resources? No materials. Alright, so that's a problem. I think we might actually be running into that. So, this season's almost over. I think the new year begins in winter. And we are not getting nearly as... Well, I guess we are. Never mind, we are. Ignore me, I was looking at the logs compared to the leather. So I guess we're just kind of outgrowing the capacity of one hunter's cabin. And I'm gonna check this forest to see if there's any animals. I doubt it because they wander, and so one cabin actually will kill the animals in a large area. You know, they'll wander from this area in, and then you hunt them down, and then they don't ever leave. So it might actually have to go across the river. Oh, okay, there's one. Oh, this is an interesting problem. I've never actually run out of animals this early. I think it's just because we have so few... Well, okay, they're up here. I'm gonna put it in anyway. These two are gonna cannibalize each other, but I need the clothing to prevent me from using too much firewood. And at the very least, I think it'll benefit. Hopefully. We might even get rid of this one. Sorry, this one. And if we do that, it would clear up the need for this Forester's Lodge, which is, oh my god, wow, this is bad. I didn't even realize this is a bad location for this. This is bad enough. I think I'm gonna go ahead and delete it. How do you do that? That's right. Okay, winter's ending, so we're gonna go ahead and stick some dudes up on here. And the reason why this is bad is because he is dealing with all of these buildings, which is about a quarter of the area that he could be working, and then he's sharing another quarter to half with this Forester's Lodge. I didn't realize, I guess I was not paying attention, but this is a bad spot. Up here would probably be much better for those workers. And again, it'd spread the efficiency out, so we're going to go ahead and push more resources down this road towards the city as opposed to getting them in the core of the city and pushing them outwards. And make sure everybody on this road always has wood. Oh, excuse me, sorry, I had to sneeze. Alright. Hurry up. Build my buildings faster for me. Firewood. Well, that's a problem of efficiency because we have plenty of wood. So let's figure out where it's stored. Stored here. I think we have... Yes, stored here. He is making... He's making 300 per year. It's about what they're supposed to make. This is a useful trick. So, we have this guy who was employed here, and he was the one that was picking up the firewood, right? But now we're in winter and we're actually running out, or we're running low. What we want to do is we want to keep this number above 0, because if we don't, somebody will head out from the house to go pick up firewood, and say one load gets dropped off. They'll pick up 10 pieces, and then they'll go home. And then they'll run out, and they'll run out very quickly, and then they'll have to go back and pick up some more. And you end up having this problem where everybody is just traveling to pick up less than optimal load. And that's bad. I mean, it prevents us from being able to use these guys in more effective ways. So we're using this as kind of like a bank. This guy is going to take the firewood from here, and he's going to stick it back into storage. And as I say that, we're actually running out. And that's what we're trying to avoid. So he will take it, and he'll take it from it, and from the storage, and he'll put it back into the general use. And then later on in the year, when people are using less firewood and we build up a stock again, we can put it back in the bank. And you can do this with anything. It's actually really useful. Obviously, this has a storage capacity like anything else, so you might have to build multiple markets or trading posts. But it is useful in these times to go ahead and get the firewood back up. And as you can see, now we have plenty. we shouldn't worry about running out anytime soon. I'm actually wondering why these have run out so quickly, and I think it might just be because we have enough people. Like, we have a lot of people living here. Our old folks haven't started to pass away yet. I know it sounds bad, but like that's actually not a bad thing for our city. And since they're virtual people, I think it's okay to say you need your people to die eventually. It prevents you from hitting these weird population spikes where you run out of food, and then you have food, and you run out of food, and you have food. And we've done really well this game to not let anybody starve to death. We've been lucky that nobody's gotten killed at work. So we've been efficient on our workers, and that's why everything is running so smoothly. If we end up running into a problem with that efficiency later on, then you guys might see how the system's starting to fall apart pretty quickly. But at the moment, we're doing pretty well, and as these people get older, we need them to pass away, new families to move in, those families to produce more kids, and it makes the houses more useful. As you can see, these guys aren't having kids anymore, so this house is basically sustaining itself. It's not going to grow, it's not going to help anybody else, it's just going to sustain itself. And we need more than that, you know. We're trying to get some achievements, right? That's why we all play video games, trying to get those juicy achievements. Oh. We're gonna go ahead and plan for this as well. People do die, and when they die, if they don't have a place to bury and mourn for their loved ones, your happiness goes down. And happiness is important. Quality of life, I think is what they call average happiness, yeah, is important. So go ahead and put a cemetery in. And now these are permanent. They're kind of like the same sense that the mine is, or the quarry. Once you place them down, you're not going to be able to delete them later on. Everything else you can disassemble it and get your materials back. So this, since it's next to the school, and it's kind of in an area that we're not really using for resources, I think we're going to put the church, the city hall, all of the public work stuff in this little valley. That'll be next to the houses. It's a good area, and it's most logical. So that's why I chose the cemetery to be in this location. Just utilizing space as efficiently as possible. Let me see. I think I might actually be running into my recording time. Oh, wow. Okay, so I've gone like 40 minutes on this video. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. Well, I did it again. Lost the city again. We're going to go ahead and call it here. We've done quite a bit this game. We got our seeds. We got our farm set up. We're probably ready for another expansion to another area, maybe crossing the river next episode. So that's something to consider. It's not really a great place right here, but I think I saw some good area down by where that tornado was. Maybe we'll consider moving down there and starting to set up a few houses in that area. So, yes, this is beautiful. This is good land, and by the river. So, I think that's what we'll do next episode. These farms should pay off, and we should see quite a bit more food next year, and that's going to be good. That, and maybe some of these old folks will go ahead and pass on their merry ways. It's been kind of crazy. We've been existing here for 12 years, and these guys are somehow 73 years old. That's age for you. But anyway, guys, thank you for checking out the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope maybe I can help you learn a little bit about Banished, or help you improve your strategy somewhat. That's what I'm trying to do, at least. And if you guys have any feedback, please let me know down in the comments. And if you like the video, please like or subscribe it. And really appreciate you guys watching, and hope you guys have a nice one. Thank you, and bye-bye.